Hey, it's Cal here. Just kind of wanted to do a video. I'm at this campsite here between Cottonwood and Sedona here at Lulu Mai. Spent $55 here so I could get a good shower, a good few showers. I was in Cottonwood yesterday with my friend trying to get a shower at one of the homeless shelters and found a place to get one. It was just like, you know, like I felt like I was in the wrong place and just like needed to go clear my energy. I feel like my twin flame was like channeling my energy, and it was really strong, and it was like anything other than that was just like irritating to me because it just felt so good and felt like I needed to be in that space. And but figured I'd come here and stay the night here in my bus at this campsite and get three good showers and free Wi-Fi here and stuff. So, but I kind of wanted to do a video about before I took my shower, I was just like looking at myself in the mirror, and it's like first I was just looking at my face and like just I could like my aura is really strong. I can see my guides in it and in the energy and all this stuff. And but it's like I took my shirt off, and it's like, dude, I've been through a lot. I've been through a lot. I'm tired. Not just the past few years, my whole entire life. I've been through a lot. I feel like I've gotten stomped on by people and taken advantage of, and I've been misunderstood my whole life. And even still to this day, people do not understand me, and I don't know how to explain myself to people. It always gets misinterpreted. Even really good psychics, they don't even know how to read my energy. They can't even fucking read my energy. They always get it wrong. I feel like this lady Ariana at the Church of the Golden Age, she read my energy. I felt like she was pretty accurate. Sounded like she was trying to tell me that I was like Nikola Tesla, but it was like she was just like reading my energy of something that I did earlier that day. But it's like the way I interpreted it like made sense to me. So it's like I interpret people's readings, and it's like not what people would think. It's so different. But just looking at myself in the mirror, it's like I've got like 20, maybe 30 pounds to lose to get to my ideal weight. And I've lost at least 100 pounds in this past year and a half, 2 years. And it's like my body's scarred, man, from the pharmaceutical pills I was on. It's like I gained so much weight so fast. I got stretch marks. It's like how do you fix that? It's like it makes me feel kind of sad. I feel like the energies are really changing really fast, and I feel like the Holy Spirit, right, which is the energy, the love, the electromagnetic energy of all life, the purest form, the first thing to come out of the purest state of love, which is emptiness, which is nothing, is light. And so that's what this electromagnetic light, it's what it is. And miracles can be performed, right, with it. So I'm looking forward to, I feel like I want a new body, but I don't feel like I have to go through the old way of dying to get through that, but, it's just kind of sad right now. Like, I think once I lose this last 20, 30 pounds, I feel happy. I feel happy, but I'm going to look at everything like I'm unhappy about my body, so I'm like surrendered to that. And I like today when I was hiking, I just like kind of surrendered it to spirit. Just like, I kind of want to lose the rest of this weight. Like, can you help me here lose the rest of this weight? And so maybe that's why it's kind of coming up. And it's like, I got bad acne from, which is another pharmaceutical thing, which is another thing I totally get misunderstood about. I got my parents saying, oh, you need to take more showers. It's like, it's not what it is. It's like, And the funniest thing is when they're telling me that, is like I taking at least one shower a day. When they say that, for the past few weeks I have not had showers available for me, and it's been a little frustrating because I love myself. I like to take care of myself. I don't like to smell, but it's just kind of like I got all this acne on my chest and stuff too. It's like because I was on this medication, one of the catch 22 or 21 drugs or something like that. I've heard someone coin it that, which is like Nexium. The one specifically I was on was Prilosec, which is when you get indigestion, they'll give you this pill that blocks the enzymes in your stomach, which I think that was specifically an H blocker. It blocks like the hydrochloric acid in your stomach, which you need that to digest your food. And when you don't have that breaking down your food, breaking down proteins and B vitamins, and like minerals like magnesium, like really important nutrients that people are really deficient in nowadays, probably because they don't have enough enzymes, or probiotics. It's like if you don't have acid in your stomach, you can't break down the food. So what happens is your small intestine gets permeable, so it can get more nutrients out of food because the food's not being broke down. But when that happens, is your body absorbs parts of the food that aren't broken down. Your body absorbs parts of the food that aren't really supposed to be in your body, or I don't know if it gets in your bloodstream or whatever, but it comes out through my skin. And so, why people get acne is mostly because of that, because you don't have very good you don't have good bacteria in your gut usually, or you use toxins on the skin, or coming to the sebaceous glands, which is what acne is that glands becomes infected, usually because of toxins coming out of your skin. Usually doesn't have anything to do with hygiene. It has to do with what you eat and in the good bacteria in your small intestine. And if you have enough enzymes, it's like people get indigestion or heartburn from not enough stomach acid because their food's not being broken down, and then a less acidic form of acid comes up because that hydrochloric acid is not closing that sphincter, is not in your stomach, so that sphincter doesn't stay closed, and that less acidic acid comes up, and it is painful. But hydrochloric acid is very acidic. It has like a pH of 1. And so if that came up, it would like totally, its job is to digest meat and like proteins and like fibers, and it's just like it would totally eat away your esophagus, so it's not how the body works. And people have been even doctors. It's like, you think a doctor would not prescribe that pill to someone because they would say, oh, well, you have low stomach acid, you need to change your diet, and you need to take stomach acid supplements, which is betaine and pepsin and other enzymes, which is what I did, and I was able to get off the medications. But it's almost like those drug companies want to just make money off of you, and so they don't want you to get healed from the problem. And it's like they trick doctors into that too. It's like me when I was a kid or in high school, the doctor said, oh, you got a side effect from that pill, we'll give you another pill. You get more side effects, we'll give you more pills to treat those side effects. So it's on like 8, 9, 10, 11 pills, man. And the only reason why I was on that is because the only reason why that happened is because, or one reason why it happened is because the doctor got compensated. I'm assuming he got compensated by the drug companies based on how many drugs he sold to the kids. That's kind of fucked up. And then they got other drug reps that come to the clinics with the free samples to get kids hooked on their drugs and say, oh yeah, your kids need this. Oh, you got ADHD, they said I had OCD, ADHD, Tourette syndrome. They're all mislabels and misunderstandings because that form of consciousness likes to put things in a box and compartmentalize everything. And it's like, look at today's world. People sleep in a box, sleep on a box, go to work in a box, they work in a box. I'm talking to you into a box while I'm in a box. It's like everything's got to be boxed up in that old form of consciousness. In me, my whole entire lifetime, and probably the ones before, it's like that's not reality. That's called a Luciferian pattern. If you look at the sacred geometry of it, it is like the Luciferian pattern is like boxy and is more like an oval where it's like stretched out and expanded, whereas the wheel of Dharma, the flower of life, is like a perfect circle. Yeah, I mean, you could imagine cars with oval wheels going down the road. That shit's fucking bumpy and doesn't work at all. So that's like that old form of consciousness. It just does not work. People think they're hot shit and it's like logical. Everything's gonna be logical. It's like that's uneven. It's unbalanced. But I've been through a lot. I guess I've gotten made fun of in elementary school. A lot of kids do. And, I gotten taken advantage of and misunderstood by the doctors. And, when I got older, I probably from empathing my dad and just not feeling very good, I kind of developed an alcohol problem. I even had like kind of a problem with, I don't really want to say alcohol in high school, but I was kind of a pothead. And I was into psychedelics, I had like this shaman-like energy about me, and, I don't want anything to do with any of that anymore, and I'm so thankful for that. But I just, I just want to kind of say that, like, I see why people drink. I see why my dad drinks, because he's not happy, and that alcohol helps fulfill you and satisfies that unhappiness. And that's for 2 year period. I got like drunk every day, and it's like because I was unhappy. I was settling I was being manipulated and pushed around by my parents and the doctors. They said I had brain damage, all this stuff, and it's like that is not true. Like I'm not psychotic. I see auras. Like I didn't know how to explain things to people. It's like they said I was psychotic because I was at my friend's house, and there's these people at his house that were like on meth and like not very good people, and one of them was like, "Hey, I'll see you later." And it's just like this really bad dark vibe. I was like empathing him and like reading his energy, and it like scared me. And I remember calling my dad, like crying. I'm like, "Dad, I think this person's gonna hurt me." It's like my dad was like, "Oh no, you're delusional." It's like this was like a real thing that happened. I was afraid for my life because this person was a drug addict and like a meth head, and I was like scared that this person was gonna hurt me because that was what he told me to my face. And I think he was just kind of like fucking with me, but it scared me. I felt unsafe. I wanted help, but I didn't want people to say something I was not. Like I wasn't psychotic. I was like I had a psychic opening, and I was relatively ungrounded, but it's like I didn't need the misunderstandings, and, like almost 2 years ago, like I have a really good heart-centered friend, he got caught with like a Mexican mafia. And I know that sounds weird. It's like, especially in small town Nebraska, but really bad energy my friend got into, and I was afraid for my life again. And it was like that same situation came up to be healed, and I was at work, and I think I called my mom first. I was like, "Mom," because the DEA agent called me to pick up my friend's dog, and it wasn't a secure line like most cops do when they call you, and they didn't give me his name. And I was thinking like, "Oh shit, is this like Mexican mafia guy like trying to like kidnap me because I might be a witness of this stuff? Like, is he gonna try to murder me?" I was like scared for my life. So I called and this is legitimate feelings and legitimate reason to feel like this. And my mom was just like, "You need to stay at work. You can't leave work." And I was almost crying. Like I was scared that I was gonna get hurt. And so eventually I got my dad to pick me up. I was like terrified. And it turns out it really was a DEA agent, but there's just something fishy about it. And I was probably empathing someone that like snitched on these people. This is what I think happened, but it was realistic. I wasn't psychotic about it or anything or delusional. I had legitimate reason to be afraid for my life. And my mom just told me to stay at work to make money because my life is not that important.